Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Harvey. I'm Head of Geography at Belmont Community School. And this presentation, I'm going to talk about some of the fantastic opportunities which studying GCSE Geography offers. So to start out with, just to talk about the structure of our GCSE, you can see here that there are 3 different exam papers, all of which at the end of year 11, and quite a similar weighting between the different papers. So we'll just go through together now what some of the key content is within these 3 papers. So paper 1 focuses on the physical world, and there are 3 topics which we study: the challenge of natural hazards, living world, and physical landscapes in the UK. In challenge of natural hazards, one of the things that our students find really the most interesting is when we especially look at tectonic hazards and we compare Christchurch and Haiti and think, well, why do HICs on average tend to have a lower death toll? What are some of the challenges which LICs tend to face? Make the comparison between those 2 case studies. Very different to that is our second topic of living world. So we can see quite a horrific picture there. So one of the things we look at in Alaska is how we're causing environmental damage to this beautiful environment, but actually how human action too is limiting that damage. So we look at the oil industry in Alaska. We look at the Exxon Valdez spill, which is still causing impacts today, unbelievably, and also to some of the more positive actions which we are taking in Alaska, such as protecting the Northeast in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. And then we look at a completely different topic at the end of paper 1, physical landscapes in the UK. That's our rivers and coasts topic. And with more of a UK focus, students get the opportunity to look at beautiful landscapes which our coastal and river environments offer. And that links into future fieldwork, which we'll come to in a second. Paper 2, I think that really the 2 slides here are just showing how diverse the GCSE is. So paper 2 focusing on the human environment. We start this topic with urban issues and challenges. This topic mainly looks at the challenges which Rio faces, and then we've chosen Newcastle as a major UK city. Students find both absolutely fascinating, but I especially find students enjoy learning more about our part of the UK and how the Northeast major city is changing, both positive and negatives within that. Then we look at changing economic world. So why are parts of the world so varied in terms of development? We look at the causes of that, impacts of that, and we also too look at challenges the UK faces. So for instance, one of the points we think about in the UK section of that topic is High Speed 2, and why it's controversial in terms of having differing opinions about positive and possible negative benefits. We also look at, again, our part of the world, and we think about how the Northeast economy is changing in terms of trying to level up and reduce the North-South divide. For instance, we look at Shepherd Offshore at the Swans Energy Park in Wallsend. And then the third topic is challenge of resource management. So looking at water, food, and energy, and thinking about, well, what are the impacts of all 3 resources? So for instance, and we're always very keen to include topical points in. So for instance, current year 10s, they've just been looking at, well, why do we have a shortage of some of our salad foods at the minute? Is that a shortage that we need to be more prepared for? And then what should we do to resolve that problem, or maybe to change our diet slightly in the UK? So all very current, but I think really especially paper 1 and 2, just the contrasts in the topic shows the diversity of the subject and how current it is as well. The third exam paper, a big part of this is looking at fieldwork, and it builds upon students' knowledge in the classroom. We do 2 pieces of fieldwork. So our physical geography fieldwork is to Seaham Hall Beach. And again, we could have gone slightly outside of County Durham, but we thought, no, it's really important for students to appreciate how beautiful our part of the world is. and students study the coastal management there, the seawall, the groins, the rock armour. Our human geography fieldwork, we go to the Ousbourne in Newcastle. That's something that students have learnt about in previous topics, but we find it's an area which a lot of students aren't aware of. So again, it's just expanding their knowledge of the North East. I know it's an area that students and their families have gone on walks together and explored together after the field work. It just shows down at the bottom there, this is, again, not just geography being current, dealing with major world issues, looking at our part of the world. Something that makes geography stand out are the skills that students learn from their field work. So, even if we hope the students do go on to study A-level geography, but even if they don't, they can use these fieldwork skills in their further studies and actually write about it in their applications for further study. Okay, that kind of applying theory to the real world and evaluating it. Those evaluative skills, I think, are very, very valuable. So I'd asked two previous students just to tell me, both are geographers at A-level, why they enjoyed studying geography here at Belmont. So it'd be great if you'd have a read of that, if you'd just like to pause me, and then we'll have a look at the next slide. Okay, if we just have a look at it, again, fantastic, another student took time to write another comment for us. So another student studying geography at Durham Sixth Form Centre. So again, if you'd just like to pause me to have a read of the lovely comments this student said too. So to finish, I just wanted to talk about the enrichment opportunities that Geography GCSE at Belmont offers. We have close links with Durham University, both their geography department and other departments. We regularly have international students visit not just GCSE lessons lower down the school, but especially our GCSE lessons to share experiences and their own knowledge. That might be something which directly links to the course. It might be something else building upon students' knowledge, wider knowledge of the world, which we're very keen to do. So we've had students from China, we've had students from Belarus into school before, we've had students from France into school before. Up and coming, we're hoping to have students from Canada coming in from Durham University just to share their own experience of the world and what their own countries are like. We also have close links with the Geographical Association, where we offer students online lectures tends to be at Northumbria University, just for students to get that taste of higher study. And something which we're continuing to run is our Geography Club. This is actually available for students, whatever year group they're in, but we're particularly keen for students in years 10 to get more involved. And this year, a Geography Club, and we've had a number of year 10 students who have really taken a leadership and helped our younger students prepare, plan, make the resources for a lesson at West Rayton Primary School we just went to a few weeks ago, and they taught the lesson, and especially the year 10s took a lead in doing that. We're hoping to go into another primary school even this year actually, but certainly that will keep running, just for students, not just building on their geographical knowledge, but to develop those wider skills, especially their leadership skills. So it might well be, I'm hoping so, you have more questions about GCSE geography. More than welcome to get in contact with me with those questions. My email address is a.harvey@belmontschool.org.uk. You're more than welcome to send me any questions about our geography AQA syllabus, our enrichment opportunities which we offer. I look forward to talking to you more. Thank you very much. Bye.